Think you know Niger songs? Old school or new school? Stand a chance to win big on Gusto Guess the Song. To be a part of this, call the numbers on your screen right now. Come on board and let's do things the Gusto way.
Hello guys, welcome to Gusto Reactions. Once again, thank you so much for always liking and sharing, subscribing, yes, telling your friends about what we do right here at Gusto TV. Yes, Big Lala is very much in the building. And okay, I'm not gonna cast you. No, let's go. No wahala. Guys, thank you so much. Welcome to the show. Yes, today we have something really special about CKay. Yes, and of course a couple of other guys popping at the moment. But yeah, we go straight to the guys who, in the Nigerian music industry, in Afrobeat, there's at some point, artists who are big today, were upcoming and they were next rated at some point. Wizkid, of course, won the next rated award. He was, that year, 2011. Davido as well also got the next rated award. We know Burna Boy was rated highly during Like to Party, and of course, he also, there were predictions about the fact that Burna Boy was going to be the next big, star in Afro. Of course, all of those, happening at the moment. Tenya as well, at some point, was rated as, a female artist who was savage than the rest of them. And right now we have the guys who are really getting rated, at the moment. There's Omah, there's Joe Boy, there's of course Fireboy DML. Should he be in the mix?
Of course now.
No, this one no did necessary. This one don't pass that.
Next rated.
Yeah.
Why not, sir? Why shouldn't it be in mix?
Even Rema as well.
They're all young boys.
Yeah, but are you going to put these guys on the same level? Are they on the same level? 1 to 4. Great.
The only thing that sets them apart is body of work, right? And just because this guy has 2 body of works, 2 award-winning body of work, that's the only thing that sets him apart from this guy.
I think so. Discography as well.
Discography. Remember, if you pull up all the songs and
he has 3 EPs.
Double EPs. That's something.
Well. So he has 2 albums.
Yeah, this guy has 2 albums. This has 1 album. Is it?
One album.
He has 1 album
and 1 EP.
And 1 EP. And
yeah.
This has 2 EPs.
2 EPs. Yeah.
2 or 3 EPs.
2 EPs. 2 EPs.
I think they are similar, so I don't think there's anything in particular that sets him, away from all the.
In terms of level, are they on the same level?
I think they're on the same level, but if you argue and say Fireboy is not on their level, I would accept because the awards are there. His 2 awards were very successful, but the edition that he's winning those 2 awards is very controversial. You get, and the album that is winning is very controversial. So it could have gone either way. In that time frame, he did video.
Okay, of course, we also have Buju, currently trending at the moment. This guy,
so this
no.
No.
I didn't set them apart because it's in a slide I do. Oxford as well respected, one of the biggest hook masters in the game. Of course, we have Thames, and then Bella Shmurda alongside Bad Boy Teams. Even though Bad Boy Teams, Arya Star as well. These guys are doing really, really well. But a lot of conversation around CKay. CKay, this was 2016. Actually, and getting his interview done, but for Not Just Okay. Of course, years later, he dropped the CKay, the first EP. There's been growth for CKay,
yes.
Over the years. And if there was no
2016,
if there was no love wanting thing, would you still say CKay has grown as an artist? Let's imagine there was no love wanting thing, or it didn't blow.
You say love.
It didn't blow.
Did not
blow. Yeah.
I think you can agree that there is growth because I think he started his career as a producer, and he wasn't into the music thing, that. But since he started doing the music thing, I think he's made giant strides. Let's not forget that before Love Vanity became a thing, he actually collaborated with Davido.
Yeah.
Been on Davido's
album. Yeah.
And he's had a song of his own, Felony.
Yeah, Felony.
Felony has also tasted a bit of this variety.
Even that DJ Lambo, there's a couple of other songs with Barry J as well.
Yeah, the song with Barry J.
Dope song.
So before Love Vanity became viral again, let's forget there was a tiny variety that happened way back then. Was it in 2020? Yes, one of these American stars was listening to it, and then it trickled down to some other people, and they enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I think that was one of the things that even prompted maybe Warner Music to really look at that song again.
Like, let's do this.
Can we make something out of this?
Revive the song.
But the fact that he, before Love Vanity Blue, was able to bag a deal with Warner Music, whether it's by Paddy and Paddy with
Chocolate City, yeah.
If he wasn't that talented, they wouldn't. Look at the current crop of artists than Chocolate City right now. It's a far cry from when these guys were there and doing their thing. So I think there was progress. You can say he had progressed as an artist.
Okay, so Love Vanity, luckily for CKay, and of course with some heavy, backing, is one of the biggest songs, Afrobeat songs in the world at the moment. Of course, over 15 million times on TikTok, and silver certified in the UK as well for the same song. But the conversations have started. The comparisons have started. Lala, I'm going to allow you to read this yourself and talk about it.
There is a conversation we've been hypocritically running away from.
For a while now.
Is CKay now bigger than Rema, Fireboy,
Omah and Buju?
Considering the fact that he has reached the level these guys have never reached in their career. Well, most of our, sometimes some of these analysis or whatever is always in the moment. People don't want to consider what you've done in the past. It also, sometimes you have to consider that, but then if you're going to put the argument of in the moment, what CKay is having right now, in the moment, a lot of these guys that he mentioned would love to have. Would really love to have. I think it all depends on where they want to be. They want to consider, because whether we like them or not, in Nigeria, CKay is not touching any of these guys. He's not touching the Fireboy. He's not touching the Malay. He's not touching the Buju. He's not touching the Rema. These guys, in fact, if you ask Nigerians to choose first, they will choose any of these guys before they choose the CKay. But you cannot, like we said, the same way we talk about whiskey, you can't discount what he's achieving worldwide. If he's going to be a king worldwide, at least that should count for something locally. So if you're going to just put everything into perspective overall, you could argue and say CKay
is it bigger than them?
Not be beans to get 30 million Spotify listeners. Not be beans to get even that, whether you call it a TikTok,
15 billion times, silver certified, one of the very few artists
in the UK.
Number one in India at some point, number one in Japan at some point, Shazam number one in the world.
Yes, his following on socials may not reflect this at the moment, which is fine, but it will get there. But whatever he's achieved right now is you can't take it with a pinch of salt, which is what these guys would aim to have something like that.
Now we have a couple of comments. I mean, quite a lot of them, which you're going to have to read. This one says CKay has not even gotten to where Mayokun, Thames, Omah, and many more are. But nigga is already letting 30BG push him to thinking he's at Whiskey's level. Dog will go lost, no they hear the whistle of the hunter. This one says CKay will nobody even know for Nigeria save the rant. Person will know if stand Omah, Fireboy, Joe Boy, Rema, and Co. LMAO. This one says the truth is CKay should be careful. That song is now bigger than his full career. The danger now is that can he replicate that success? Rema, Fireboy, Omah, and Buju are still bigger than him. Now, can we separate a song being very big to say, okay, this song is very big, but the artist that sang the song is not big? Is it possible to separate
that's the
a song? Yeah.
People like this are
yes.
Yeah. Of course you can, because he's the one that sang the song, whether you like it or not. And I think he has enough time. I don't think he would want to try and replicate any success. I think he's even milking this one very well to make sure that he brings everything and gets every fan he wants to get off it. He's going to do that.
But can a song be bigger than the artist?
Can the song be? It's a saying, because CKay is an example. Not like I'm saying that the song is bigger than the artist, but it's an example. Because who was a CKay
before?
Like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And who is the CKay now?
Now.
And he has a song that is huge, and people still think, oh, no, this kind of artist supposed to get this kind of song, which is wrong, because now you sing the song.
I actually think one of the things that is doing a lot of people is CKay. Why is it? Why you get? This is kind of song that you be getting to the likes of Bonner, Wiz, David.
That's what they think.
Yeah.
But CKay is one that did it. Whether you like it or not, he did it, and he did it on his own. Whether he did it or not.
Anyways, more comment. This one says there's a conversation we've been. This one, trying to repeat this. Now, this one says he's not necessarily bigger than them. We can simply say his song is popping right now above others. This is a better narrative. What do you think?
I think I'm going to go with this. He has a bigger sound than any of these guys.
But he's the one that sang it, so we can't say he is bigger than them.
Like I said, when we come back to Nigeria and you ask people to choose things or maybe to choose who their favorite artist is, CKay may not necessarily be number one. But these other young, or who is the next best young thing in Nigeria, they'll start picking all these, then Buju, then Rema, Fireboy, Omah, they'll pick them because those ones over time they've shown what they're made of. They've shown what they're made of. CKay, before this particular big win that he has, of course people can say they saw the talent, but did people gravitate towards him the way Nigerians took people like Buju, Fireboy, Omah, Rema? You get it was not like that. So Nigerians sometimes we just like follow as the world don't they follow Love Entity and CKay. Obviously would that the same thing happen in Essence. We're not gonna lie. It's until the
world accepted and approved.
Start approving of even at that, even when they did, it was still difficult
Nigeria
for Essence at any point in time to be overall number one song in Nigeria.
Yeah.
It was difficult. But because it's well regarded over in parts of the world, obviously, let us support our own song. Let's ride with it. Okay,
well, this one says the CKay song is doing great globally. That doesn't mean he's in the same league with Davido, Burna Boy, Whiskey, Kizania, Rema, Fireboy, Oxide, Omah, Joe Boy, AG, and Co are still way ahead of CKay. He has potential to be bigger than them all. Humility is key. This one says, nope. CKay has a song that's currently doing madness and his DSP numbers are flying, but Rema, Omah, Fireboy, and even Joe Boy are still bigger. Not adding Buju to this convo. We are talking about longevity here, and it does not come from one hit project, in my own opinion. This one says, LOL. I mean, responding to that guy who thinks, is CKay bigger than. It says CKay that couldn't sell out a 500 capacity in the UK, Thames sold out a 2K plus capacity in the UK twice, just in one day. Now, responding to that comment, as well, saying nobody knows CKay for street, I beg you. Let everyone celebrate their win. CKay's greatness is only one song, just one song. Not only Fireboy has successful albums. Rema has hits back to back to back. Omah and Buju are both fire on any track. Twitter, NG, and now, the question I have for you, Dada, is when you talk about CKay's greatness, CKay being good. Now, there are two things that this guy has mentioned here. Only one song and on the street. What exactly does those two mean?
When it says nobody knows CKay for street,
yeah, for street.
It would take some time.
Do the streets matter in this?
I don't think this guy means streets in the literal meaning of street Nigeria.
Okay.
I think he's just saying normally that nobody knows.
It's not popular.
It's not popular at the moment. It's getting there. He's on the journey, which is why maybe perhaps some of these comparisons are too early for him.
Premature, yeah.
He's on the way to being well known. That's what it should be.
Okay.
And when people say that, oh, is he going to tour on one song? It's going to take a while. But the thing is, CKay has great songs to fall back on. The listenership is getting on Love Entity right now. It should trickle down to his other songs. He would retain majority of his fans, even if it's like a good 30% that he retains. It is still great, and it will be greater than whoever.
Well, I want to ask you a question. Yeah. CKay only one song. I've heard people say, no, I beg you, it's just only one song, Now, first question, is it fair on CKay? He's responded to a couple of those, things, and he was quite emotional about it. Is it fair to continue to say, just one song? When we were here, Davido did back when. He got hailed by a couple of people. Omah, that song is done. That was only one song. Whiskey did Holla at Your Boy. That was only one song. Burna Boy did Like to Party. That was only one song. At the time, they were getting hailed as well. Do you think a CKay should not be allowed to enjoy his fame with just one song.
Why would they should now? In fact, his own one song cannot even be compared to those other songs that you've mentioned.
Yeah.
Wiz, as good as Allah Your Boy was and everything, it was until his debut album.
Yeah.
And people started saying, "Oh, this is the African
Justin Bieber
at that time." And he didn't just have Allah Your Boy; he had hits. Wiz was on a hits dropping spree back then.
Yeah.
Burna Boy had his debut project.
Live.
Very well regarded. People enjoyed it. It was a breath of fresh air back then. And he had, rightly so, he was getting help for it. There was no song that went ahead of him in terms of popularity of anything.
Yeah.
It was gradual process.
Yeah.
Davido did this as well back when. Damiduro, and the progression was there. And then he had a massive one by dropping songs off his first album.
Yeah.
And it was dope. CKay Zone is a bit different. We know he's been at it for years. He's dropped projects, right?
Yeah.
And one song has decided to blow years after it's been released. And it's now bigger than anything he's ever dropped. In fact, bigger than anything anybody else has ever dropped in Nigeria. It's going to be scary for him to... He doesn't have the experience to carry himself in that regard. He hasn't progressed in that manner to be able to handle this sort of success for one particular song. So when people say it's bigger than him, they may have a point, but he should still be allowed to enjoy
his moment.
They should even allow him to grow into being the sort of artist that deserves to have this sort of success. Right now, he may still be saying, "Oh, thank you, oh, thank you." People might still be feeling, "Oh, why is it the CKay? Why is he not one of our biggest artists?" But whether he liked it or not, it's CKay that did it. So let him learn on the job, basically.
Yeah. So I'm talking about replicating. This one says the truth is CKay should be careful. That song is now bigger than his full career. Danger is now can replicate the success. Rema, this one saying the same thing. And someone replied this guy saying he does not have to replicate anything. He just have to keep doing what he's doing. Burna won't replicate on the low. Doubt if whiskey can replicate essence. Now another argument entirely. Trying to say, you know what?
Well, I think there was a comment on it. Somebody replied to like Burna, before he had on the low, Ashebi he had G.
Yeah, he had G. Yeah, top of it.
So it's not even about replicating, it's about just building on whatever you built and then surpassing what you've achieved before. And that's the difference between these other three guys that we keep on mentioning every day. They've always surpassed
over and over again
before. And this is what CKay needs to look out for. He's already put himself at I won't say disadvantage, but it's a huge task.
Very huge,
for you to want to replicate. Very. But never say never, because times change. Who would have thought 15 billion views on TikTok was a thing?
An Afrobeat song,
An Afrobeat song. You get nobody don't get half or even of those kind of things. But you don't get 1 billion from it. I don't think so.
15 billion.
It's a lot. It's massive. A lot. Nobody even divided by 10.
It's massive, yeah.
It's massive. So, but it's a very high standard. It's a very high thing that he has done. So I don't think he should even aim to start saying, "Oh, my next thing has to be as big." It's unnecessary pressure.
Yeah.
Or just do your thing, satisfy the new fans that you've gotten, and then you never know anything can happen.
That's what this guy is saying. That he doesn't have to replicate. That he just needs to keep doing what he's doing. So he shouldn't look at love one thing when trying to create, something else. But yeah, as we go, Lala, in terms of being bigger than the likes of Buju, Rema, Omah, Fireboy DML and everything, is this really cast in stone, or it is not?
Well, like I said, I think you need to look at the regions you're talking about, right? The 30 million people that know. Well, that's just one part of it. 30 million listeners that know
on Spotify.
On Spotify, that know CKay. 10% of them, do they know Buju, Rema? Do they know Fireboy? Do they know what's his name? These other guys. They don't, but they know a CKay. So if you want to look at it in a global perspective, globally, whether you like it or not, CKay
is bigger.
Argue and say yes, it's bigger than these guys because the numbers don't lie. But when it comes to
home soil,
they get out past CKay, which is not
debatable.
It's not debatable.
Okay, guys, let's have your thoughts on that one. It's been a long one. Of course, very interesting session with Big Lala. What do you think about this topic. I mean, we can't start telling you what do you think about CKay, Global Wave, Domination, Love Wanting Team, Bigger Than Buju, and the rest of the guys. Fireboy DML, Omah, Rema, Joe Boy, Thames, like Oxley. Just put your comment down below. What do you think about this comment? It's an argument. So it's either you are for or you're against. If you are for, please put it down below. If you're against, put it down below as well. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.